Some bitch! Some bitch! Some bitch! Some bitch! Some bitch!
I could sit here for the next 30 minutes and just hit that damn button.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, I damn near called the score. And I remember at the beginning I said that I wouldn't be upset if they lost the game. Okay, I'm wrong, but not for the reason you think. I'm not upset they lost the game. I'm upset the game was freaking taken from them.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that it was taken from them. Lance, we're not seeing you. Oh, there we go. Bring him in. Okay, so Lance, I don't know if you heard it, but I can hit this button for the next 30 minutes straight.
Some bitch! Some bitch! Some bitch!
I mean, I had said at the beginning, and I think you were on the pregame, that, oh, he's wearing a Kraken jersey. Oh, that's sweet. Oh, Lance, that is sweet, dude. I can't hear you.
I'm here. I can hear you.
Okay, that jersey's sweet. Okay, I said at the beginning that if they lost this game, I wasn't going to be upset. And I'm upset, but not at them. The Blues didn't lose this game. It was stolen from them. That was an absolute. And you know what? If you want to say that Bennington earned the delay of game, that's fine. I got absolutely zero problem with that. I think it's wrong, but that's okay. But you cannot dispute that the Blues got hosed. O'Reilly on a break, on a 2-on-1, gets held. That's obvious freaking interference, not called. And then there's a trip in front of the net, and then there's another period right there before a score where, I mean, they missed 3 straight penalties. They call it a non-penalty against the Blues, and they missed 3 straight penalties against the Jets. I'm pissed. I'm sorry. My show, I'm going off.
Fair enough.
Oh, man. You know, what do you think there, Lance? I got to hear what you think.
I really think you should speak up a little bit more. I don't know how you feel about it. I normally don't blame refs. You know me, guy. I don't like to do that. But this third period was just terrible. But, you know, we got to look at it this way. This team did not play well in the first 2 periods. They didn't play good defense like they have in the last 4, 5, 6 games. They weren't attacking players. They were watching guys skate around. Both of those goals by Peter Stasny, just watching him, just sitting there watching him, watching him shoot the puck. And I saw somebody say, our buddy Michael Dante said that third goal or that fourth goal was a weak goal. No, it was not a weak goal. You're going to give up goals. You get paid to save goals, and guys like Stasny, when they're wide open, get paid to make goals. You're not going to make those saves all the time. Good goal scorers like Stasny, when they're open, they've got a pretty good chance of scoring against you. I don't know. I don't care who you are. I want Blues fans to do one thing. Please, until we play the 27th, the 31st, the 3rd, whatever it is, please don't be wasting people's time on Twitter and Facebook talking about how Lindgren should be the starter and that Bennington should be traded. Because I keep seeing that. Let's trade Bennington and we can free up $6.5 million. These people.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
No trade contact clause.
And I'm sorry, guys. People that want Bennington traded, you don't know hockey. You can hate me all you want to. You can tell me I'm an idiot, and I've been told that a lot. But if you don't understand how the game goes and how the game flows, and when you start somebody, when you don't start somebody, when somebody is there to fill a gap and a need, and when somebody is truly an NHL starter. Lindgren has done very well for the Blues, probably the hottest goalie in the NHL over those 4 or 5 games with the way he played. But you got to take into account the defense was just tenacious in those games, especially Parayko. Scandella wasn't making as many mistakes as we normally talk about here, and he even looked good in most of those games. So this is not all on Jordan Bennington. This is on the team not attacking the puck in the defensive zone, not getting the puck out quickly, and leaving guys open to take uncontested shots. You can't do that. I don't care if you're Martin Brodeur. I don't care if you're Patrick Wall. I don't care if you're Terry Sawchuk. If you get enough open shots on you, you're going to let a goal in. And Winnipeg had the best goal opportunities in this game, but you're all right, Guy. The refs were terrible in that third period, and I don't blame them for the loss, but I do blame them for calling a bad game in that third period especially.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I'm going to blame them for the loss, right? First of all, Stasny, I'm sorry, where the fuck was that when you played with us? He played better against us than he ever played for us. I mean, that was just absolutely...
I've watched Peter Stasny play since he's left the Blues. Looks like a totally different player. And let me to give you another example. I'm going to give you another example. The way teams are using Stasny is just as different as the way when Ken Hitchcock used TJ Oshie before they traded Oshie to the Capitals. Oshie was not used properly, and in the Blue system, Peter Stasny or Paul Stasny was not used in the way he should have been. He's been used properly with the Golden Knights, and he's been used properly with the right line mates with Winnipeg.
Absolutely, but I mean that was I knew someone was going to call you out. This show, you say something wrong, they'll call you out, and I love it. It looks like it's like Bennington got back, and the team says, "Good, now we can stop." No, I'm sorry, that's not what happened tonight. First of all,
it's what happened with our defense.
Well, I thought what the defense did tonight was not play on the outside enough. They tried to play a lot more up the middle, and that hurt them. They also didn't play well behind the net. They did not play well.
Here's the thing,
play
Guy.
Well on the forecheck.
Here's the thing, Guy. They didn't play well in because both of those goals by Stasny were within 10 feet of the goal, and they left him wide open.
Yeah, true.
This was just not a good game for the defense. Was it Bennington's best game? No. Was he terrible? No. He wasn't the reason this team lost. This team lost because they didn't put enough pressure on Connor Hellebuck, sustained pressure. They didn't cycle the puck well, as Guy said, and after the intermission, and they allowed Winnipeg players to skate with the puck and be open. That is why this game was lost.
Well, not only that, Mikkola missed one, if not two, wide open shots. Tarashinko had some good shots tonight, obviously, but when they needed him to score, he didn't score. And look, I'm the biggest proponent of Tarashinko. We know that. So if I'm calling Tarashinko out a little bit, you got to know that there was something else there. Actually, this is a bad loss. This is a bad loss.
I'm not disagreeing with that, but I don't feel the Tarashinko attack there is warranted. He did score. He actually was making good plays. The only time the puck was cycled was when Tarashinko was on the ice. So if you want to put anything on anyone, Parayko played a terrible game.
I agree.
Scandella was not as good as he had been in the past few games. Mikkola, he missed some opportunities, but he did get up in the play and did get a goal for us, even if it was his third attempt. I thought Mikkola was the only... I didn't think so. I thought that Mikkola and Falk had great games. Krug really didn't seem to make much of a difference to me today, but it was really Mikkola and Falk that had a good game on the defense. Everyone else. Yeah,
Krug looked nervous when he got the puck to me. Yeah. It looked like he felt like he was hurried. I wouldn't say Scandella had a bad game. I wouldn't say he had a great game. I'd say his game was average. I don't think he cost them anything in this game, but he didn't, I don't think, add anything, to the effort. To me, it's, I thought the effort was better in the first and second period, but there were still some gaps when guys were wide open, when players were lost chasing a guy when they should have been staying with the guy they were supposed to get. And there was a lot of two guys on one Winnipeg player and somebody was wide open. There's a lot of blame to go around in this game. It wasn't a terrible game played by the Blues, but it definitely was not their best effort, especially like Ashley said, defensively. I agree. I agree. Mikola and Falk were just awesome.
Hey, Anna wants to know if you're a Kraken fan.
Am I a Kraken fan? I'm a Kraken fan because it's unique and they're a new team, and I love expansion teams. Whenever the Jets moved to Phoenix, I had a Coyote jersey. I love the new jerseys. It's not necessarily that I'm a Kraken fan. Would I like to see them do well? Yeah, I always like to see new teams do well because it's good for the NHL. But are they one of my favorite teams? No.
Yeah. Can you blame the ice, though? A lot of mention. No, the ice was choppy. The ice was choppy. And for this, Shockley says, no, Ryan, the Jets made passes. That's their home ice. They're used to the bad ice. And
well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. When people complain about the ice, it comes down to one thing. Both teams have to play on the ice. So you're not at an edge. I don't care if you play on a bad surface for 20 games a year. When that team comes in, you're still playing on a bad surface. You don't get used to a bad surface because a lot of times with bad ice surfaces, you'll have spots in one game that don't freeze quite well. And the next game you play, you'll have spots on the other side of the ice that don't freeze very well. It's not normally the same spots every single time. It can be, but it's normally different. So if a team battles through and wins the game and there's bad ice, I don't ever say the other team didn't win because there's bad ice, because both of you have to play with bad ice. It's just like if somebody's missing 3 guys because of COVID and the other team's missing 3 guys because of COVID, you can't say the team lost because of COVID, because 3 guys are lost, on the other side too. So if they both have to handle the same situation, then you can't blame that aspect of the game on the loss.
Now that analogy, I'm gonna shoot down a little bit, because if you lose your entire top line to COVID and the other team loses their bottom line to COVID, and the team that lost their top line loses, they can say something about losing to COVID. There's a little different there.
But Guy, it still comes down to this. If you have a line and the average number 1 line plays, I don't know, let's say 21 minutes apiece. Let's just say that. Yeah. 21 minutes apiece average. One plays 25, one plays 23, one plays, 21 or 19, whatever. And the other team, because they've got a guy lost on the second line, a guy lost on the first line, and a guy lost on the fourth line, those major other players, those 2 other players in the first line, 2 other players in the second line, 2 other players in the third line have to play more minutes, because the guys coming up are normally AHL players, that aren't used to putting in a lot of minutes and aren't used to the NHL. So it kind of balances its way out, because both teams have to deal with different aspects. If you've got a team that's not missing their top players, but they're missing guys from the second and third lines, those top players have to play more minutes, which means they're going to be more tired. Yeah, so I understand what you're saying, and to somewhat of a degree, I do understand that. I do agree.
And Lance, I love you, right? I love you. We argue, but we argue because we care, we're passionate, and but we don't hate each other. We don't get mad at each other and that. Ryan, this is Ryan, and again, and I'm saying that to Lance because I'm about to blow up on Ryan here. Ryan, same thing to you. I'm sorry, that is one of the best logos in the league, and I think what they did, taking the S and turn it into a sea monster, that I love what they did there. I think that jersey, the colors, you would get a Grubauer jersey.
Yeah, because he's a goalie. You know how I feel about goalies.
No, I'm with it. Just chalk it up. No, I'm not going to do that. No, I'm not going to say Berube was outcoached today. I don't think he was.
No, he wasn't.
Right. Today is one of those days where I think that the game plan got missed. That there was some there was some miscommunication. The Russian line, I'm calling it the Stasny line, played absolutely amazingly tonight. They were all over the frickin' place.
Yeah, but then there were parts where they were separated. So, I think that might have also had an issue with the cycling, because Tarashinko was playing with Brown for a while, and then
And I don't know what line you're talking about. I'm talking about the Bushnevich, or the Bushchenko-Shev line, the Bushchenko-Shev line.
No. Yeah, that's the Stasny line.
No, we ain't doing the Stasny stuff, because most people out there aren't going to know what that means in Russian. They're going to go, huh?
No, they're going to know it because it's used so
but
often.
I want to say one thing. Everybody knows how Guy and I feel about Craig Berube.
Yeah.
Craig is not my favorite coach. That's just the way it is. But when the guy doesn't coach a good game, Guy and I will call him out. So if Guy and I are both saying this is not on Berube, you're probably almost 100% right there that it's probably not on Berube.
Yeah, no, well, I know Rob says sarcasm. I
mean, Ashley. I don't think Ashley thinks it was on Berube.
No.
No.
In all honesty, I feel like it's a team effort. The defense wasn't there, so the offense couldn't make up for that. It's not on any one player, but going back to the COVID thing, it really doesn't matter when people are out on COVID. If you're a good team, you'll rise to the occasion. You'll use your depth. You will overcome. If you're a bad team, you're going to use it as an excuse or a crutch, and St. Louis isn't a bad team. So we were able to overcome it. Today, I don't really know what the defense was going on, why we were standing there and watching Stasny have, 2 goals. But,
first things first, can you put up Tommy's comment?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Hey, Tommy, I got a question for you, buddy. One question. It's December 19th. I think it is, at least.
Yeah.
It's December 19th. What coach is not signed to a new contract? That would be Craig Berube. And why do you think that is? Is it because Armstrong has a lot of faith in him? Or if Armstrong feels maybe he's going to give him this year to see what happens? Because I don't know if too many Stanley Cup winning coaches, regardless of if you think Berube was the reason they won the cup or it was the team, I don't know if too many Stanley Cup coaches that go into their last contract year and they're not signed in December. That very rarely happens.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying he needs to be fired. I'm saying Armstrong is looking at it as, let's see what he does. And Guy and I and Ashley have discussed before, there's a reason why Ken Hitchcock is here. Ken Hitchcock is a fallback in case Berube does bad. I'm not wishing the guy anything bad. I'm just saying Armstrong has a plan. He's following that plan. I don't think you're going to see Berube sign until towards the end of the year if he is re-signed.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to go anymore, Tommy. I don't want to get it. This is, we're in the holidays and all that. I've got a couple of business things to take care of, if you guys don't mind real quick. First and foremost, John Hafner sent me something earlier today, and I want to make sure I get this right. Sent me a special request, and right now, because of the medicine on, I can't completely fill up what I can do this. It says, I made a friend in basic Air Force and onto law enforcement academy, both in San Antonio camp, Billis, and the Fort Dix for advanced field training. We wound up in Panama together, and I watched him die during the invasion of Panama. Pre-game show, would appreciate a shot of your best bottle and a toast to Skins. Well, unfortunately, I can't take any shots right now, but our hearts go out to John and to Skins. Thank you for making that sacrifice. We greatly appreciate your service. And John, I appreciate your service also. And then the other point of business, everybody probably already knows my birthday is next week on the 30th. If you're in the St. Louis area and you want to get me a birthday present, I would love a couple of bottles of this. I mean, this stuff is amazing. I'm trying to I can't even figure out my camera right now.
Yeah, you're there.
But this stuff is amazing. I love it. And then also the Cyberg's sweet and hot sauce. I love that too. That stuff's really good. So just throwing that out there. No, look. I had said, now, first of all, let's get back to something that I talked about, and I know fuck it. Pre-game, I had said, I could see them losing this game because there's other things on their mind. The travel situation, right? A lot of these guys didn't find out about this travel situation and probably till midway through the game. And it affects the Blues more than it affects the Jets. So them coming out pouring the third, I'm not going to completely go there. I love what these guys are doing. I'm sorry. Maybe they didn't have a good game. You're not going to have a good game every game. I saw this one as a loss. My upsetness on this game is not the Blues play, believe it or not. I was okay with the Blues play. I don't like getting a game taken away from you by the whistle. And in some ways, I felt like this game was taken away from them by that whistle.
Yeah, I can understand that. I partially disagree, but it's hard as a team when you don't get the calls. You've got to let it roll off your shoulder. But it's also hard when you're getting the calls and you can't seem to get over the hump and you can't seem to score that power play goal. So it was just a hard game. It's one of those games, and I will guarantee you this: if Lindgren was in the game and the Blues stood around as much as they did, he would have lost this game too. Normally, I wouldn't say that. Normally, I don't like to say because I'm a goalie and I disagree when somebody used to say, well, if you were in goal, you would have won, or if he was in goal, he would have won because you sucked that game. I don't ever really believe in that. But with the way the team played around Bennington tonight, I would almost guarantee Lindgren probably would have lost this game.
Okay.
So I want to say one thing to Anna. Anna, I love you too. And no, I've not been to a Blues game yet, but I'm going to the Seattle one in January if we have a game.
Yeah, no, I think they'll have that one. I think that I'm sorry, we talked about this earlier. The NHL's doing the right thing, right?
Yeah.
And this isn't a bad comment from Chris.
No, it's not.
Whoops, wrong button. Sorry, Chris, not the button I wanted. Right, and Anna, I think Lance will agree with me when I say that you are great and don't need to be greater. You just need to be you. I think he'll agree with me on that one.
Yeah, and I want to say something about what Chris said. And that does happen. When you've got a goalie that's hot, I don't care if it's your fourth line or if it's your fourth goalie, fifth goalie, and he comes in, especially like Lindgren did, or even Bennington. When they start to build a confidence with you, that confidence shows up on the ice in the way they play. Sometimes, and it doesn't always happen on purpose, sometimes you'll think, okay, you're backing up, there's a 2-on-1, you're thinking to yourself which player to play, and you got to make that instant decision. Do you take the guy with the puck? Do you slide on the ice? Do you stick your stick out? Do you stay between the both of them and let the guy with the puck shoot? You still have confidence in that goalie behind you. And sure, sometimes with a starter, it's an inner peace that you have with yourself that, okay, Bennington's starting tonight, Jordan's starting tonight, let's get this going. And sometimes you I don't say you relax, but sometimes you take it for granted that you have a good goalie behind you.
I get that. If someone wants to get me a gift, I'm not going to put my address out. Send me a Facebook message, and I will definitely give you my address then. But I'm not going to put my address out on the internet. I'm stupid, but not that stupid.
His address is 3rd Street, P. Elani, and it's in Waianae, Honolulu.
Yeah, no. I would not live in Waianae. You couldn't pay me to live in Waianae.
Guy, I'm going to buy you a house in Nanakuli. How does that sound?
No. I would not last a week.
Guys, for those people that don't know, Waianae and Nanakuli, and no disrespect to people in East St. Louis, is the East St. Louis of Honolulu, both of those places. So nothing against anybody that lives there, but they're not the best places to be at 8 o'clock at night.
Oh, no, they know that. When you get here, there's a sign that says white people don't go Waianae.
Yeah, no, it says Howley's, no Waianae.
Yeah.
It says Howley's, no Waianae, bro.
Well, they had to change it to white guys because the white guys kept going. They didn't know what it meant.
Well, especially when you see a sign up there and it says, no white guys, decaying. And you're like, what the hell does decaying mean? Guy knows what I'm talking about.
The stuff we talk about on the show. Chris Shockley, you send me a Hawk sweater, and I will send it back to you in little bitty shreds.
Guy, I'm going to
send it back to you in
I'm going to send you one that says, on the name, it's not going to say Benson. It's going to say Guy #1 Hawks, and it's going to be #1, and I'm going to send it to you in your size, extra large.
And you know what? You'll get it back in shreds.
You won't know it's me sending it. It'll be Ashley. I might have Ashley send it.
Right. Not sure about the show tomorrow. Going to have to figure things out with the pause and all that, and some things that I got to take care of. So I may do it early. I may do it like a 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock St. Louis time. Not sure yet. We're going to see. I got some shopping to do tonight. Got to buy those presents before things run out. With the Blues taking a pause too, it's going to change how the game goes, or how the show goes. But I do want to get. Oh no, don't. Trust me, you don't want to do that. Right?
Oh, you could wear it whenever we have a show with our friend Windy City.
Yeah,
I like that,
Windy
Chris.
would wear a
that.
Blues jersey if when we had a show with him.
I really like that. I like that to put Closet on the back as the name. Closet Blackhawks fan. I love it.
What was it? Me and Wendy, I tried to make a bet with Wendy to see who would get more subscribers first, and then the loser would have to wear like the other one's jersey on their show. He says, "No, I won't do that. I would never wear a Blues jersey. I'm sorry, not going to happen." Even though he was killing me in viewers, and he's still in subscribers, and he still is, but neither here nor there.
Hey, at least he's loyal. He might be loyal to the wrong thing, but he's loyal.
Okay, let's get into some individual performances tonight. We talked about defense a little bit. We talked about Bennington a little bit. For me, let's grade on a scale of 1 to 10. We're going to go down and grade the guys 1 to 10. We'll start with Bennington. Bennington, 1 to 10. Lance?
I would say 8. I thought he played well enough to win, and that's all you want your goalie to do.
I'll agree with that. Well, I won't agree with number. I'll agree with the quote. Ashley?
I was thinking 7.5 to 8.
I almost went 7.5. So
yeah,
I was sitting closer 6.5 to 7. Not and the only reason that my number drops a little low was the equipment issue, right? And I think that's something that should have been handled a lot quicker and a lot better.
I don't think that the equipment issue was on his fault though. Like it happens. Like I've had that happen to me really close, like where I'll fix one strap and then the other one comes loose. So I mean, it happens. I'm not really going to blame him for it. However, the refs, on the other hand, they do.
Well, you know what you got to do? As soon as you feel that strap come loose, I don't care if a ref's looking right at you. You got to take that chance on getting a penalty because, you know, it's supposed to stop. And we could clearly see that strap. And you know it because in that game, that goalie helmet is tied on you. And when one of those straps just comes a little bit loose, you know it. He should have just went like this and knocked it right off instantly. And yelled at the ref, "Hey, you got to."
The first time it happened, he did everything he could to get the ref's attention.
But he didn't knock the helmet off. You always got to be safe.
He kept trying to get the ref's attention, and the ref wouldn't listen to him. So that's when he knocks the helmet off.
Yeah, I would have knocked it off instantly. The moment I felt it loose like that,
he just knocked it off instantly, and that's why he got the
penalty. That's what you got to do, and it shouldn't have been a penalty. That's crazy.
No, I agree. It shouldn't have been a penalty. Okay, let's go from Bennington. Let's go to the captain, O'Reilly. We'll just keep going in the same rotation. Lance, Ashley, me.
I thought 7 to 8. I didn't see anything lacking in his game. Did he have a great game? No. So I'm not going to give him a 9 or 10. I think a 7.5 or 8, like Ashley said about Bennington.
With O'Reilly, I'm going to give him an 8. I would have given him a 9, but one of the goals was one of his mistakes defensively. So 8 sounds about right.
Yeah, I was thinking around the 7.5 to 8. He had 29 face-off wins tonight.
Mm-hmm. That's another reason why I couldn't go too low with him.
20 face-off wins.
He's a beast on that dot.
Oh, I know. He had 29 in the last game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's just an amazing. I'm okay with an 8 on O'Reilly. You're right about the goal, but it wasn't so much up on him as it was the breakdown of the play in itself.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, let's move on to Tarashinko.
I'd give him an 8 because not just because of the goal, but there were several times, and the camera didn't always catch it, but there were several times right as the camera was panning away from him that he would hit somebody. I thought he had some good hits. He played physical, and I always respect him when Tarashinko plays physical because of his shoulder injuries. Every time he hits somebody, you're gonna risk your shoulder. So I give him an 8. I know Ashley's probably gonna give him a little bit less, but
actually no, I'm gonna give him a 9.5. He missed on a shot that I didn't like, and that's the 0.5 that he loses. But I thought all around he played a very good game. Yep, he scored. He was hitting bodies. He was making plays. He was making things happen. I can't get him too low.
No, I'm sitting at a 9 on him too. So let's go to. We talked about defense. Let's go to Parayko.
Do you really want to know how I feel?
Yep.
I would say 4, but I don't want to be mean, so I'll give him a 5 average. I'll give him an average because there was a few times where I think he made some good plays and took the man like he should have, but there was more often than not where he just looked lost.
Agreed.
Ashley?
I was going to say 4.5. It was not one of his better games. I was not impressed with him.
I was going to say a 3. No. I was going to say a 3 because you know what? This was the defense had been playing so well. For the defense not to show up in this game really has, you know, some aggravation for me. And let's go to Ashley's favorite player, Gendala.
I give him a 4. I 4 to 5 because, like I said, did he have a terrible game? No. Did he have a great game? No. He's somewhere in the middle there, 4 or 5. It wasn't a great outing for him.
I actually saw more from Scandella than I did Parayko, in my opinion. So I'm going to give him a 6.
You know what? I was at that 6 level too, and I'm like, oh wow, Ashley's gonna hate me and going with the same number. 6.
I really dislike some of his plays. I'm not gonna lie about that. But I actually got into a fight on All Blues Everything defending him today.
I saw that. Yep, I saw that.
That is becoming, and I'm sorry, if you're in the group, forgive me, but that's becoming the junkiest group.
I mean, I don't have a problem. It was actually not like I was personally attacked.
Yeah.
It was a fine argument, but yeah, I'm just sitting there laughing like, am I really defending the guy that I tear apart all the time? On why he's in the lineup versus Prunovich?
I want to go with another one. This one, I think, I'm going to be really interested to hear the numbers on this. Joshua.
I would say a 6.5 or 7. He was about average, a little bit better than average. He didn't stand out to me, but he didn't stand out in a bad way either. So I'd say 6.5 or 7.
I agree with Lance on that one. I mean, he got into a fight, and I don't really think he got it was the best decision for him to get into that fight. But I do like his tenacity. He didn't really hurt us today. So yeah, 6.5, 7.
Joshua had 7 minutes of time, had that fight, which really wasn't good, had a shot on goal, had 1 hit. I came in at a 3. I thought Joshua could have been a lot better, especially in a physical game.
Yeah,
in a game that got physical, and you're sitting on the bench, there's an issue.
Yeah, and I also judge guys by minutes and how important they were. 7 minutes. It's hard to get into that physical flow. It really is you can do it, but it's hard to get into that physical flow playing 7 minutes. But I can understand why you gave him that. He wasn't great by any means.
But did he get that 7 minutes or because of that 5-minute penalty that he really shouldn't have took? Right?
Yeah, you could look at it that way. Yeah.
Right. Let's go with another one that's gonna. I'm interested to hear the numbers on Brown.
7.
I didn't actually hear much from him, so I would say 5.
Yeah, that's why I'm giving him an average. I didn't want to give him a 5, but that's why.
I mean, 5 isn't terrible. 5 is average. So I mean, I'm average.
Yeah. There was a few times when he went in the corners and got physical, and that's why I'm giving him the 7 instead of a 5 like you.
Okay, Brown was a -2 with 2 penalty minutes, a shot on goal, 2 hits, 1 block, 16:47 on the ice. Brown gets a 4 for me. Right?
Well, you don't have to put up with him too long because when Costin comes back, Brown's probably gone.
I don't think so. I think that we'll lose Joshua when we get Costin.
That could be.
Yeah, I think Brown is proven he's going to be there. Here's another one for you. Are you ready? Mm-hmm. Walker.
6.
5.5.
A 1. He had 2 hits in 9 minutes and 22 seconds. While he was on the ice, he was he wasn't part of the flow at all. He didn't, he had no power play or shorthanded time, and he's been shorthanded. He's played some shorthanded time. He can play the power play. When you sit him on the bench the entire game, really makes me question what you were doing today. And here's the next one, Tarashinko.
5.
6.
Another 1 for me. 11:45 on the ice. 1 shot on goal, 2 hits. Didn't see that much of him. Didn't hear his name when he was out there. Not very happy with his play.
He might be another one that goes down when we get Perron or Costin or whoever.
Yeah, I'll get that. So we got 2 more, right? The first one, Prunovich.
6.
2.
I'm with you on the 2, Ashley. It was a -1 with 1 shot on goal, 1 hit, 1 block, 2 giveaways, and 8:38 on the ice. I know he was supposed to be playing that extra defenseman role, but really, Bortuzzo 11 minutes, Scandella 13 minutes, Krug 21 minutes. Your top 4 guys took the majority of the minutes, and that really hurt you.
Yeah, and I real quick, I try to be nice to young guys. who've not played more than, they've played under 30, 35 games in the NHL, because especially defensemen to go from the AHL or college or juniors to the NHL is one of the hardest things to do. It's harder than being a goalie in my mind. So that's why I gave him the grade that I gave him.
That's totally fine, but we're grading just one game. So I'm okay giving him a 2 because I've seen him play a game that I've thought he played a 9. So this particular game wasn't his best. He gets a 2. Now the next game we play, after Christmas, he might come out and be a 10.
I absolutely, Ashley, I could not have said that better myself.
But there is a player that I'm not sure if you're going to have us grade that I did want to give a 10, so I'm hoping it's who you ask next.
Okay, the last one I was going to go with, and I don't think it's the one you want, so I'll let you give your 10 out after that, is Mikkola.
8.
8.5.
I'm with the 8.5 to a 9 there. He had a goal and a point. He was even. 2 shots on goal, 3 hits, 1 block, 1 giveaway, 51 on ice, and every time he was out there, you heard his name called.
Yep.
He did miss 2 high quality chances before he finally converted on it. So for me, he had, of the defensemen, he probably had the best game. And the one that I didn't say that I want to see if I can get a guess on who your number 10 was.
I know who our number 10 is.
I'm going to say Buchnevich.
That's what I was thinking too.
It was totally him. He played a really great game all around, wherever you put him, whoever you put him with. I really like his style, and I thought that he had a great game. He had something to do with both goals we scored.
Yeah, I'd give him a 9.5 or 10 too. And you know what? All these people that were so upset about Sammy Blais being gone, how do you feel now?
How do you like me now?
Because instantly,
on my own.
Do I think Buchnevich is a top 3 player? No. He is a second line player that's very good at what he does, can drop down to the third line, can play on the first line if you need him to, but he is a huge step up offensively from Sammy Blais, and he still plays that grindy type of style that Blais played.
So in 8 games, right, and I want to make sure I get this right, so give me a second to pull this up. In 8 games, the Stasny line has, are you ready for this? This is gonna blow you away. In 8 games, they have 33 points in 8 games. I don't think since December 2nd there's another line. I mean, a line. Much less the top 3 players on on teams that are going to come very close to that. There might be a few of the top 3 players that beat it, but not a line. This line, while they're playing in the quote-unquote number 2 position, is our number 1 line.
Guy, that's only 4 points a game.
Yeah, only 4 points a game. They are playing well.
I kind of get sick of the narrative. Oh, he's Russian. He'll play well with a Russian. But sometimes it works because there's that communication between them. They've played the same style growing up in Russia that they play together. So it's just like almost playing on the pond with them. These guys get used to each other a lot quicker because they came from the same systems.
Yep. And while I normally don't toot my own horn,
Elephant in the room.
Yes, I'm tooting my own horn. I called this right when they traded for him. I said this is the line that it needs to be out there, and I cannot tell you how many people, including some people on this show.
I actually never said anything.
You told me you didn't think Barbashev was ready to play that level of center yet.
Well, I still don't think he's ready. I think he's good. I think he's good, but let me tell you, it's Buchnevich and Tarashinko that's making him look awfully good because you've got to have the guys to take those passes, and I'm not going to take anything away from him. He's playing very, very good right now. But I'm not going to say
Tarashinko tonight was beautiful.
Yeah, but Tarashinko was there to score. What I'm going to say is that I still think Barbashev is a 4th line, 3rd line center. I will always think that until he still shows me some more. At the end of the year, will I change my mind if he keeps playing like this? Yeah, I'll change my mind. But Go ahead.
I think he's just done an amazing job. I think he stepped into that role. He's centering 2 great wingers. First of all, and not only that, Tarashinko has stepped into a leadership role that we've been wanting Tarashinko to be in for a very, very long time. I had people telling me who said that they were in the know that he was going to lose his A at the beginning of the season. I told him, you're absolutely freaking wrong. You're lying. You know, I'll call you out right here, right now. That's not happening.
Yeah. And there were people wanting him to lose his A because he supposedly demanded a trade. Well, we all know how that story went. And could the Blues still trade him? It's possible, but you know, just because a guy gets frustrated with a coach or a general manager or the style of play or the fact that everybody within 3,000 miles is blaming Tarashinko because they lost in the first round of Colorado, you know, you'd be a little upset knowing things going on behind the scenes that Guy and I know about. And, you know, he's going to play as long as he's here. That's the way Tarashinko is. If they trade him, there's nothing he can do about it. If they keep him, he's going to give you 110%. And I've never questioned his work ethic, unlike some people out there.
Yeah. I got to ask you this, Lance, because I know you're a lot better connected than I am. Is Army's phone ringing?
For Tarashinko?
Yes.
Not right now.
If it was ringing, do you think he'd be
because
picking it up?
Right now, since he's playing so well, he's still going to stick to that first round pick, a top prospect, and an everyday player.
And he's worth it.
Hey, but there are a lot of other teams that would rather give up a bunch of prospects and picks. They don't want to give up because we've seen what COVID's done. They don't want to give up a guy that's an everyday player and then have a guy come up, you know, that could be an everyday player one day, just getting some minutes, and then all of a sudden somebody goes out. So they're not wanting to shorter their roster with quality players. I think you're going to see a lot of movement around the trade deadline, February into January, February into March 22nd, I think is the trade deadline. I still don't think Tarasenko is going to be gone unless somebody gives him a boatload. And if they give him a boatload, I'm not going to hold anything against Armstrong, and I'll wish Tarasenko the best. If they don't trade him, I wish Tarasenko the best all the time.
I just think the price is going up and up and
it
up
could
and
be.
up.
Yeah, it could
and
be.
It absolutely should be. And I'll tell you what, that's not an unhappy player.
No, and
That's
I'll
not an unhappy player.
I'll tell you this: if anybody could be gone at trade deadline, it could be Tyler Bozak because of all the young kids that have come up and played well. Thomas is playing well. Barbashev is playing well.
Ashley, I just got the answer to your question. I hate to walk over you, Lance.
That's all right.
Ashley's been asking me for a couple. How do we trade Mikkola? How do we get rid of Mikkola?
Not Mikkola.
Or not Mikkola, Scandella. Sorry,
yes,
Scandella.
Yes.
And there's your answer right there.
Yeah.
You trade Scandella, Bozak, and possibly Sam Anis, or Tarashinko, or even maybe Walker. And I know I hate saying that, but Walker right now, what he's doing, if you can get that prime for him, I love Walker, but what he's doing, he's playing out of his league right now. And if you, just like with Gillies, guy playing out of his league, and you can get a couple of draft picks or a draft pick for him, go for it. So you take those three.
You see, I don't hate Scandella enough to want to get rid of Bozak, though. So I would rather be stuck with Scandella.
Because like I pointed out to Guy the other day, everybody telling me Bozak can't be traded. He's got no trade. His no trade clause ends March 6th. The trade deadline
I get that, but I like Bozak.
I do too. But if there's a team that's willing to give the Blues a number 2, would you not want to take a number 2 draft pick for Bozak? I
would take it, but I wouldn't be happy about it.
I think when I checked back 3 games ago, his face-off percentage was 44 or 46, which is still good, but it's not so great that you can not get rid of him. And there's going to be some teams looking for veteran players, but with this COVID coming back, it's going to change the dynamics of that trade deadline a lot.
Oh, yeah, it will. By the way, Anna, I seen your thing, and you know what? When we have, after the Christmas break, you're more than welcome to come on. If anybody wants to come on, and this is for people that do this regularly, contact me, and if I got a spot, I'll let you in. Now, for someone that doesn't do it regularly, work with me, okay? Because unfortunately, I have had a couple of bad experiences when I brought some fans on, and it did not make me feel very good in that. I could cover Vegas, but it's not where my passion is right now. If I'd cover Vegas if I got paid to cover Vegas. Otherwise, I'm sticking where my passion is. Right now, what I enjoy getting fans on. But like I said, I need fans that want to come on and talk about what we want to talk about and not what they want to talk about. And they want to come on and they're clear, coherent, and concise.
I think what Guy's trying to say, if you're a fan and you want to come on, number one, please be professional at your approach of coming on. Number two, please know what you're talking about when you come on. Number three, don't come on and go off on a tangent about something that's really not relevant or really something that doesn't make any sense. And nothing against you fans that don't know completely about the game. Just be smart about it. Guy's not going to tell you, no, heck no, you can't come on. But if he sees you on Twitter and Facebook putting out stupid stuff, he's probably not going to have you on.
Yeah. Chris, go ahead. What did you see on Bozak with face-offs? Yeah, you got that. You got me, Ashley. And I'm not trying to be a jackass here. I'm really not.
No.
Right. But I'm trying to have a level. And not only that, one of the people that I brought on the show who really, don't make her answer that question. I don't know if you see Anna's
I like them both. I don't know if you've noticed, but a lot of times when both of these gentlemen are on the show, I do just sit here and I'm enjoying their conversation. Like, they both are very intelligent men who I enjoy being on a show with.
Well, I appreciate that.
Thank you so much, Ashley.
Who's that in the picture behind you, Lance? I can't see.
That would be Adam Oates on this side of me.
Yeah.
And then above him is, whoa, I just lost it.
Oh, no.
Oh, my camera came unplugged.
Yeah, well, plug it back in.
I did plug it back in. Let me go check and make sure it's plugged back in the other place there.
No,
Hold
no
on
problem.
here.
You're good. You're good.
I don't know if I'm good, but.
No, we're hearing you. We're hearing you.
All right. At least you're hearing me.
Yeah. But no, we'll give Lance a moment to try and get his camera. You may have to reset it. You may have to drop out and come back in.
Yep. I'll jump out and come back in.
Yep. No, I kind of lost my tangent there a little bit. He has two approaches. He keeps it short and the same. He rears back. He loses 90% when he rears back, and I don't know why he does it. Good. Yeah, that's a good one. I don't know. I'll have to pay a little more attention to that. I know Lance should be coming on here quickly. I'm going to have to go. We're kind of running into that point where I wanted to be off by now. Time-wise, there we go. Should get Lance back here in a second. If you see him, let him. There we go. Sorry about that, Lance.
Sorry. That is Lemieux from top. Yep. That's Lemieux, Howe, Fuhr, Adam Oates, and then Brett Hall's behind me.
Yeah, they're beautiful pictures.
Yeah, the one by Oates is actually personally signed by him. So.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Right. That's Oates is like my birthday's coming up. If I could get any player from those days, not the big ones, would be Oates. He's
hard to get. He will not go on a lot of shows.
Yeah, I know. I keep asking, but I don't get anything back. So I love it. Okay, guys, we're at the end of the show. It's been great. Holidays are coming up. I'm going to give each of my co-hosts a chance to say their shout outs and what they want. So go ahead.
Ashley, go ahead.
No, you could go first, Lance.
Yeah, you get to go first. You're the guest.
Haven't had a podcast in a while, but Guy and Ashley both know I'm going through some health issues, and I'm just going to leave it at that. But you can find me at droppodcast.com for all of our past episodes, and you can email me at lanced@droppodcast.com. I was wearing a shirt after the second intermission that said The Drop on it. If you guys want to buy hockey-themed stuff like that, you can go to Design by Humans and just look up. I think it's under the Drop Hockey Show or the Drop Podcast, and I've got real nice stuff here. Let me show you this. Mouse pad.
Oh, that is cool.
That is cool.
And they're really cheap. I think this is like $8 or $9, and they go up to 18. The one that's 18 will fit over your whole computer desk. It's like 36 inches wide and 24 inches tall. So not trying to pimp my merch, but yeah, I guess I'm pimping my merch. But
yeah, you're more than welcome.
That merch.
Anyway, I just want to thank everybody for joining us here. It's a great place to be able to talk hockey. And like I said, you know where to find me. And also check up the people that sponsor my show, Lineup Media, and those that host my show. That's lineupmedia.fm. They have other podcasts on there. And by all means, check out their website, Make sure to always check out Guy, even when I'm not on. Sometimes Ashley can't make it. It's always an informative show. He'll normally have another guest on if Ashley and I can't make it. So it's always fun to, even when I don't make it, I sit in and watch it. And you can ask these guys. I always comment on it. So make sure you always check out the show. You never know what you're going to get on here.
Yep. Ashley.
I mean, I'm here and I'm on the Twitter there, and yeah, I don't really do anything except for get on here with Guy and yell about things I disagree with him on.
That never happens.
Never.
Yeah. First of all, I want to throw a big shout out to each and every one of you. The guys that watch this show, the guys that comment on the groups, the guys that comment on Twitter, the guys that promote and comment on the articles, good, bad, or indifferent. It means it means you appreciate what I do on a daily basis, and that means a lot. Today is the 1-year anniversary of the St. Louis Fan Report.com. Go look at it, even if you haven't looked at it in a while, go look at it again just to get the views up and show it. And, we're trying to make that site. I'm trying to get that site back, trying to get that site better. But each and every one of you means a lot to me. I make mistakes. We all do. I'm human, believe it or not. And not a moment too soon. Too late, I should say. But you know what? It's you guys that I do this for. And I know I talk sometimes about views and I get upset. Because for me, it's a deep love. And I actually was very, very scared to do this when I started. Right? Because I didn't think that I had enough knowledge to be out there and do this. And especially a live show. Right? I went on another podcast a couple of times. And that podcast basically chewed me up. Did not agree with anything I had to say, but
let's just say it wasn't a good experience with Guy because I was there too, and I know which one he's talking about. And I'm not going to mention him. I don't do that normally.
But I had some good points that game because you agreed with me.
Yeah.
Right. I forget what it was, but it was a while back. But we talked, and that's when me and Lance kind of connected together and became friends. Because Lance, first of all, after I getting chewed up, I was still like, okay, that's what you think. I know what I think. Lance thought that was pretty cool.
And a lot of people say, you'll see it a lot of times, even on big broadcasts. We're here for you, the fans, so on and so forth. And I can tell you right now, most media people do not feel that way. They feel that the fan should be lucky that they allow them to dispose of their wisdom to them. And I will tell you that when Guy says that the fans are number one and the people on his show are number one, he means that. He trust me, if he was doing this for the money, he would have stopped after the second episode. So he's doing it because he loves the Blues. He loves the fans. He loves the NHL. He loves everybody that comes on the show. So it's not just a cliche when he says that.
Oh, well, I appreciate that, Lance. And with the holidays coming up, I don't care what you celebrate. Enjoy it, right? Mm-hmm. If you celebrate Christmas, enjoy Christmas. If you celebrate Kwanzaa, enjoy Kwanzaa. If you celebrate masturbation in the bathroom, enjoy masturbation in the bathroom. But you know what I'm getting at, right? Oh, I just had to throw that out there. That's for all the sailors that I know that are stuck at sea this week. Look at Lance. I think he's stuck. I think we got Lance frozen.
You never know what you're going to hear.
No, you don't. And it's all what makes it all fun. So thanks each and every one.
Real quick, I want to ask one thing. Do people like Ashley Game Misconduct Jones or Ashley Slapshot Jones? Please let us know.
I mean, either way works.
Using a combination of both.
Yeah, on a game that I'm particularly feisty, he calls me game misconduct, and
then normally see Slapshot. And I've gotten some comments from some of my long-term fans who have said that you are killing it.
Aww.
That you're a great find, and you really are. And here I get to be unhumble. I'm patting myself on the back because I was the first one to even give you a chance to come on a show.
Yes, you are.
Ladies night. And when you didn't, I know you said you came to me and you didn't feel like you did a good job. I said, no, you're absolutely wrong. You were fine. You were doing it. You said you didn't want to come back on. I said, nope, I'm bringing you back on. I made you come back on.
And I was really hurt when Guy said ladies night only, because I thought he was just dissing me, and I'm thought, well, what do I have to do to get on the show? And I'm like, okay, I'll let the ladies have their night, but no, I'm just kidding. I watched that show and it was fun to watch, and Ashley's grown a lot in her knowledge, and she keeps most of us honest here, and lets us know where she thinks we're not right, and that's
she's
great.
not a pretty face. She's got some knowledge up in that brain.
Whoa!
She's not just a pretty face.
Thank you, Guy. I'm glad you put that in there. Just she's not a pretty face.
Oh wow! I know I don't wear makeup, but shoot.
You know what I meant. Oh man, I'm getting. But no, and Ashley, I just wanted to. I want to put a heartfelt thank you to you for what you're doing and how you're helping this show. Even the day that I screwed up and didn't, the times when I couldn't do it, and you got on there and had to do it by yourself, and we're really just feeling, the pressure of it. You've done a great job.
Thank you. That really means a lot,
thank you
guys.
so much. We love you, and you've elevated what a co-host being on this show means. Is the judge on this show. Yeah, she is in a way, and she does a great job.
Ashley is our Judge Judy. I'm the plaintiff and Guy's the defendant, so she keeps us away from
other way around. I'm the plaintiff. You're the defendant. My show, I
think Lance had it right.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Enjoy your Christmas holidays. Not sure about how I'm going to do shows. We'll see. I can guarantee you I'm not doing one on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day.
Yeah.
The only way I would do one on one of those 2 days, I'd have to have 100 people message me, say, yes, we'll watch it if you do a show. And I don't never get 100 people watching, so I don't think that's going to happen. But hey, that's what it is. Enjoy yourselves. Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. Let's go Blues. And just like me, I know Ashley and Lance are bleeding blue with you. And yeah, I'm screwing up again.
Let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues.